Okay, now to start off with, I'm sure not everybody watching this is a theater student, so I'm going to answer a few quick questions that were obvious from the first video. Why did I sing from a chorus line? Because I'm a member of the cast of a chorus line. And why am I teaching this way? Why am I not teaching in a school, in a university? If I'm going to be a theater teacher, why am I not teaching theater? Well, to answer that question, I don't have an education degree, which would be necessary to teach in the United States. And let's see, I don't remember what agent that was back in the 80s that said you couldn't have a degree in theater from the Theater Academy in Rome, and you couldn't have a theater degree from Oxford because anyone under the age of 18 cannot have a college degree. And when I left the interview, I looked at Tom Cruise and said, good thing I didn't tell him I got a law degree from FDR Academy. And he burst out laughing because he knew I got that degree when I was 12. Yeah, right. Okay, so right back into it. Let's take these scenes and dissect them completely, okay? We'll start with the Fantagiro scene. Now, because I know very few people in the United States have even heard of the movie, let alone seen it. I mean, it's in Italy, and that's about the only way you're going to find it. You can find it on Region 2 DVD, so you can get a Region 2 DVD player, that kind of thing, which is what I did. But, you know, it's very difficult to find regardless, okay? So let's take it into another perspective. Let's say for just a moment that you are going to work for Disney. And you're going to be in a cast. And you're going to be the adult sort of in the cast, okay? And let's say, for example, that I would be playing the Cheshire Cat in Alice in Wonderland. And let's say, for sake of argument, that somebody like Selena Gomez is going to play the Queen of Hearts. And let's say that all of her packs of cards are going to be played by children anywhere between the ages of 13 and, I don't know, 7. And let's say that the part of Alice is being played by a 9-year-old. Okay? Now, Selena Gomez is a big star. Okay? So what do we do with this? Well, what we do is the director has already said this is what he wants and this is what he needs and this and this and so on and so forth. And we've said, okay, great, director, your beauty, your baby will be taken care of. Get out of our way. And we shoo the director out of our way because we are actors. And he's going to shoot us from whatever angles he does, and we don't care because he's not in our world. He's watching our world. We're in our world. Even if our world is a green box, we are in our world of a green box. Okay? And all we see is Alice in Wonderland, and we have no idea about anything else, and we don't care. So now that we've established that, what does the Cheshire Cat do? Well, me playing the part of the Cheshire Cat says, let's see. The Queen is addressing me. I don't care about the Queen. Why? Because Selena Gomez is an older star, a more famous star. So by ignoring the star, we are downgrading her. We are showing that she's less important. The first thing we do is we draw in all of the cards because the cards are the kids. So what we do is we turn around, look at everyone, do gestures here, there, and everywhere, and we draw the viewer and we draw the cameras into seeing the children in the film. And we address each one to make sure that they know they are important in the scene. Okay? And what have we just done? We have created a platform. Now you can actually do this with any age. What you are doing is taking the extras and the supporting cast and saying they are supporting. And you are creating a platform. Okay? Now once you've created a platform, you turn again to the Queenie, which is speaking to you, and you say, "Hi, Queenie." And what are you doing? You're creating a negative pedestal. By taking a negative pedestal, you're actually driving her through the floor. So she has to do something in order to bring herself back up. Okay? Which is a fantastic little skit, because now she has to actually do something in the scene, even just by walking across the scene, in order to draw the viewer's attention to the Queen. Then, while Queenie is talking to Cheshire Cat immediately turns, completely ignores the Queen, and goes straight to Alice. Why? Because this way, Alice is the key point. We are now creating the star of Alice. Okay? Now, in doing this, what you have done is you have completely ignored the bigger star, who's being a support, and she's doing her lines and doing her part in the film, but you are ignoring the bigger star, and you are addressing the younger star. And by addressing the younger star, especially by bringing your hand into the scene, you are bringing attention to the younger star. By doing this, you're making her the central point within the storyboard. No matter where the camera is. The camera can shoot this from any angle. So long as the camera shoots it, the viewer sees the close-up version of Alice. And even if Alice is not in a close-up, you drawing the attention to Alice points her as the star. Now at the same token, what are you doing to yourself? You are bringing yourself down. By creating the platform, you are raising the platform above you and you're standing in a pit. By drawing attention to Alice, you're creating a negative pedestal under you. So you are falling through the floor. Even in a situation like the movie Fantagiro, where as Tarabas, I have to be the main evil dude, and I am sitting here with all these kids and they're eating chocolate in my chocolate house, and I am now imprisoning them with a cage so they couldn't eat their way out even if they wanted to, and so on and so forth. But what's happening in the sequence is Ursula is being the ignored star, and she's being the support beam. She's occasionally drawing attention to herself, but trying not to. She's doing what is called a background fade. By doing this, she is disappearing backwards into the set. In doing that, she is presenting the platform. Because the children around us, even if they're not in the shot exactly, the children around us are the actual stars. So she is going to showcase the pedestal of the platform. Now, while doing this, I'm drawing your attention to Nicoletta. And even if I turn this way or that way, back away from her, go towards her, that's what it's doing. Now, one of the things you see in that scene, which is very interesting, is you're seeing Nicoletta and I at an equal footing, which is not typically done. But it's also because Nicoletta and I have worked together in countless films prior to doing this film. So what you're having is Nicoletta moves forward as I move forward, and away as I move away. And as our faces are doing this, we are coming towards each other and away from each other in an equal level platform. So you're creating a complete platform, pedestal, platform, pedestal, platform, pedestal, even if you're creating negatives. And then what you're doing as an actor is you're drawing attention where you want the attention to go. And the director is shooting. Always, always, always remember, when it comes to stage position and stage everything, the director has the right to tell you what he wants, has the right to tell you what he wants you to do, has the right to do all of this and all of that, but you're still you. Okay? You have to perform regardless of what he says or in addition to what he says. Okay? When I worked with Peter Cushing, one of the primary things that Peter was saying was that if you are going to work with a director like Terence Fisher, who's telling you things like, do this with this prop, just because it's interesting in the scene, then you as an actor have to not just do what he said, you have to think above what he said and do more than what he gave you, which sometimes can be extremely difficult. But this is what you're working with. This is the concepts you're doing. And it doesn't matter if your room is a green box or a building like a castle in like Kent, because all you're doing is living within the world of that box, of that castle, of that set. So you have to remember that because you're in an area, the area is now yours. If you are the star, you are going to take control of the area. Now, to take control of the area, you also have to back away from the area, which, like a circle of kids, you have to understand not just how to be a star, but how to downgrade your star so you upgrade the platform and the surrounding children. First scene.